Sort of next to him is Heracles Wood, starting off in a white and black jacket, a yellow cap. Now, behind those pink colours of Through the Looking Glass, and the Scorpion King. Be about 4 from the right looking down the course. He's right to the back of the field, white sleeve jacket. Here's number 2 at it now, and the red sleeve jacket of Hardy Fella and Tom Bellamy, the leader now, pursued by Scene 1. Yellow cap for Brian.
A few extra ticks there.
In second place as they make their way down to the third. Tortula, Luca Morgan.
So there's quite a long way to go on this race.
Cap. Is just about
watching what's going on in the back
then
money.
Comes Hurricane Vici alongside Heracles Westwood. Tom Scudamore up on the outside of runners, tracking Jamie Moore on authorised speed. And then comes Hector Jaguar. Niall Houlihan in green and red is about a length and a half ahead of is the yellow cap of Scene 1. Then Tortula and Hurricane Vici are either side of the second-placed runner as they move to the middle one running away. The orange cap of Authorised Speed continues to travel very strongly up on the outside of runners now, and he's only be about a length and a half behind the leader. He's going to take this in a roundabout 4th position as they jump number 6. Behind him is Broadway Boy, who tracks Tortula. Then comes Churchill's Boy in the centre. Through the Looking Glass, one from the left. Started with a white noseband, now mud splattered. Behind him is Heracles Westwood. As they please, he's going to be 6th or 7th at the moment.
They're in the red zone. Too dangerous. Get all the money out. £5.38.
Into the home straight. Authorised speed.
10% on the back row in one race. Let's move on. Don't care who wins. Okay, so I'm looking at this maiden race at Hereford. I think it's the first one of the day at Hereford. Liquidity is poor. It's the first thing I'm looking at, which means the markets are going to be flying all over the place. They're going to be pretty dangerous. So if we're going to trade this, we want to be going for more ticks, looking for exaggerations in price. Ticks. But we've got to be aware these type of races are very dangerous. So unless we see something sort of good opportunity, then we're better to stay out. So let's see what happens. See, we're watching the race timer to guide where we are through the race. There's a long way to go, as yet.
They're followed by Tio Mio, First Venture on the inside.
I'm going to come a little bit higher.
Vasani, and then blue and white towards the rear.
The price, apart from a few pennies, hasn't really dropped any lower than that.
As they get over their next obstacle, Harry Skelton and Get Sky High. Sean Houlihan.
We want this out quite quick.
For Sheila Lewis.
Hang on for a minute.
With
and there you go.
And Light 'em Up Nigel just in behind the favourite.
8 ticks.
Rocky Hill the inside. Not much to choose between these
two. Sucker.
Light 'em Up
and that's it. We're out of time. There's no point taking any risks now on anything. I mean, even if you think you could trade off whatever's in second, don't forget that horse out front there could always fall, get pulled up. Something can happen. You can be surprised, get caught out. But there you go. Just got one little trade in there, £1.56. Let's move on.
Of egrets.
Okay, so we've got a 4-horse race at Fakenham. Liquidity is low, so we expect markets moving all over the place like they are at the moment. We've got to go for more ticks if we're going to trade it. We've just got to be careful, really. See how it goes. It's a 2-mile race, so there's plenty of time to watch something flip up and down. Just got to keep an eye. See the front two come down in price quite a bit. At the moment, don't mean there's necessarily going to win it. Look at the race timer. You can see there's a long way to go. So if we see a big market overreaction, then we can take advantage of it. I'm going to... I want it to go down there at 2.5, 2.4. I missed the opportunity. I'll go 8.6. It's very early days, so big money coming in though. If we have to take a smaller profit or a scratch or a small loss, we will do. But I think that's a market overreaction at the moment. I'm not worried about it. I think that price will bounce back up to me. So let's get
all
some
about
sound
me and Michael Nolan as they race out of the back straight, once again coming down the side of the course, making their way towards...
It's taking so long, so we're going to try and get the scratch.
Egret has the lead. From in second place, Marcella. Then in third place is Citizen Jane. We're in behind All About Me as they clear the next flight. Egret still holds the advantage then of around a length and a half to in second place Marcella, who's not that far away though, as I say, only about a length down now in second position, 3 lengths back to Citizen Jane, who's taken quite a hold on this first circuit, and at the back of the 4 is All About Me as they now head towards the home straight once again. And it's still in front, Egret, but only half a length in front now of Marcella, who's getting closer on the outside.
Okay, we're going to have to look at getting out of this.
Citizen Jane, and a similar distance back to All About Me as they head to what will be the final flight next time round. Egret again having a look around. She jumps that one much better. And in second place is Marcella.
There you go. So we take the loss. We could have actually had the profit, but there you go.
And there's only 3 lengths now separating the quartet
having a big loss
as they head out onto their final circuit.
I'm out of here, man.
Taking a left-handed turn around the side of the track. So 4 left to jump. Egret has the lead still from in second place Marcella. Then in third is Citizen Jane. And at the back of the 4 is All About Me as they now head down the side of the track. So still Egret in front from in second place Marcella, who's still a little bit wider on the course, but the other 2 much closer now. Citizen Jane with the star on the cap and on the inside of that one.
I'm out of here, man.
We're back into profit.
Take the turn down the back straight for the final time. Egret still leading, but only by about half a length to Marcella, who's never been far away in second. A couple of lengths back to
all that money there.
Sucker.
And then the back marker of the 4 still is All About Me, who's now just being ridden along at the back of the field, getting noticeably lower in the saddle is Michael Nolan, but still just about in touch with the other 3 as they now make their way towards the third from home. Egret still leading, but Marcella is still
there you go. You see that big money I use as a cushion. So that had to go before I could go between runners, been angled. But that's a good example of how you should be using cushions. So rather than letting that loss get out of control too much, we played it right. Could have got out for a profit, but we didn't know that at the time. Best to take the small loss, move on, make money elsewhere, rather than sitting and waiting for it to come back, and you're losing other trading time. Not only are you risking, you're losing all that time. You can see how much these are bouncing around, so you should be able to get a few ticks out of these markets quite easily, as long as you're very careful. And just remember, when they're dodgy like this, you jumping around by these huge amounts, you want to be going for more ticks, because if they bounce against you, you're going to get into a bad situation quicker. So you want to be making sure the profits are worth it. Anyway, let's move on. Sorry. 2 mile, 4 furlong mares, handicap chase at Lingfield, low liquidity again. So you're going to have to be very careful that the markets don't fly for us, and get right underneath the prices, look for a spike and try and clear quite a few.
Dokily.
I think it's going to be the secret. So I'm going to up that to 6 ticks at the moment. You can see that how much these markets are moving around. Obviously, the more ticks you go for, the harder it is to get matched out both sides of the book. Now, I think this is a market overreaction. To be fair, look how much the price has dropped on White Hart Lady. It's not in front, so you would think that that's not a market overreaction. Crikey, that money might be down there. But it's not moving up and down enough for me to go in at the moment. I'm not going to start trying to go for 6 ticks when I don't see the market moving by 6 ticks at a time.
Then River Tyne, James Davis, Pink Sleeves, Black Armlets, and
I said that was a market overreaction. I thought it was.
At the rear. This is the second of the ditches in the race, number 8. And as they jump over that, it was still just the Real Jet in front. Tasca, an error from her, and Jamie's going to give up, I think, there. So for Tasca,
watching that race timer.
Up, having jumped.
I'm out of here, man.
They've now completed a circuit. They've got 5 more to go. And going to bypass, in fact, 4 more to go. Going to bypass what would have been
get that last 2 quid
this
out.
next fence. So 4 to go. Next will be an open ditch. And the leader is the Real Jet to Hello Sunshine.
There you go, 384.
And on the right, it is the
next
Real
race.
Jet.
Only one
Down
trade
there is
through.
Hello Sunshine. 5 is a faller at the third last.
It's not always a case of getting loads of trades through. You know, if you get 384 a race, do 20 races a day, yeah, you're laughing. It's all tax free, don't forget. So you're laughing just by getting 1 trade through, and if you can get 2, 3 trades like that through on a couple of races, that will really boost your figures as well. Anyway, let's move on.
2 time.
So we have another low liquidity race here at Hereford, 6 6 furlong novice handicap hurdle. It's a Tuesday today, by the way, in mid-November. So you kind of expect liquidity to be pretty poor. We've got an odds-on favourite in this race, which is always a bit of a danger. I'm just going to be careful whether I enter it or not. I'm not sure as yet. I'm looking for an opportunity because obviously if I go in on say Fountain's Chief, and then the favourite was the full, that price is going to come crashing and leave me in a bit of a bad situation. So you've always got to be more careful if there's an odds-on favourite in the race because they control so much of the market share, if that makes sense. Which you can see up here. So yeah, we'll have a little look, and if we can get a trade through, we will. If it doesn't look safe enough, we won't.
With Jet of Magic, the other three a bit closer in behind now. Sean Bowen and Benign Dictator.
These markets look a little bit more stable than the last one, so I'll stick with the 4 ticks.
Wayward Pilgrims, David Pritchard and Bonza Boy. And on the inside, Charlie Deutsch and Nambiti as they now run towards number 5. Next time round, it'll be the last. And Fountain's Chief, Jet of Magic, all 5 okay at that as they now come up to the winning line with 1 circuit to go in the Hereford Racecourse Ownership Club Novices Handicap Hurdle. Smallest field of the day. Jet of Magic on the outside of Fountain's Chief.
A little trade through there.
It'd only be 4 lengths first to last. Bonza Boy is the back marker as they now head towards the next hurdle. Taken on the turn at the end of the home straight. And no major drama.
Reset the ladders again.
As it is still Fountain's Chief.
Watching the race time, it's half the race to go. That's what that sign means.
Bonza Boy on the outer of Benign Dictator. Bonza Boy and Benign Dictator also running in their first handicaps this afternoon. So they've completed 1 circuit and now head towards number 7. Race yet to develop. Charlie Deutsch takes off a set of goggles on Nambiti. Going good to soft in places here. Fountain's Chief.
This is what I mean. You see the
Jet of Magic at flight number
5 go out, and now we are in a bit of a pickle. But I think we'll get matched.
So Fountain's Chief, Jet of Magic. Nambiti is now coming up for a piece of it now.
Shame we didn't get down in here, innit?
Up the ante a shade, and it's now a line of 3 up front, and the pace does increase. And they've rather caught out Bonza Boy and Benign Dictator, who are pushed along, and they are both 5
money in here
of the leading trio. Jet of Magic, Fountain's Chief, Nambiti.
I'm out of here, man.
Jet of Magic and a bad mistake by Fountain's Chief. Rex
no, when it said bad mistake there, do you notice I cancelled the
number 8 as they now come down
the button off straight away because I didn't know which horse it was going to be.
Nambiti takes a crashing fall and brings down Benign Dictator there. Drama as the pace increases, 2 of them out of the race at number 9. Nambiti the faller and bringing down Benign Dictator. As they now head towards the turn. Looking back, I can see Charlie Deutsch is up and he's holding Nambiti, and Sean Bowen is also on his feet. As they now make
I'm out of here, man.
Heading towards the second last, and Jet of Magic leads Bonza Boy. Fountain's Chief has been on the back foot since.
No, it's not worth staying in now because if the favourite falls, I'm going to get matched
second last,
and I'm going to get in trouble.
The advantage here under Harry Cobden. Coming into this, and as
sucker. Seen it happen before. It's not worth it.
Ridden along and getting
We're in the red zone. It's another £3 in the bank. Let's move on.
Of Templier.
So another low liquidity race. This is even lower. Look, I don't really like races below 200,000 pre-race because that's a good sign the liquidity is going to be poor.
Doggly.
If we are going to trade this, we need to be getting more tips, looking for market overreaction and taking advantage. You can also see it's sort of a 2-horse race as well in the eyes of the market, which is bad because if you're trading one of those and the other one falls, then the price on the other one, the one that you're on, which is just sort of law, it'll be that way round, you're going to be at a massive deficit. So you've got to be really careful in these markets as well. Try to avoid when they're going over the jumps. It's not so bad on hurdles, but on these jumps they're more likely to fall. So be aware of that, be careful. If there isn't a good opportunity, then skip it. There's always another race, you know, and some markets are much more dangerous than others, so just bear that in mind. In some markets you have no business being in. You'll notice that you won't see any. There's Ferry House on today. You won't see me trading Ferry House. I know the liquidity is going to be far too poor. It's not worth it. The field's going to be too big. It's just price is going to be too high. It's just not worth my even looking at. So, you know, no strategy suits every single market. If you think it does, you're going to be a loser. Let's see if we can make some cash anyway. We're coming up to halfway through the race.
Fence number 6. More Clouds has the lead from in second place, Uncle O. Templier is in third position for Jay Tidball. Then in behind is Sabbatical with Gouet de Bruyere with Toby Wynn. On that one's inside as they jump the next fence. Sabbatical outside.
Not keen on this because the price has gone out so much. I'd rather
Fire, and the overall backmaster is Master Malcolm. So heading towards
play the favourite
fence number 7. More Clouds shortened up this time, but got the landing gear down quickly from in second place, Uncle O, with Templier, who's been getting into a nice rhythm in third place. Gouet de Bruyere getting a little bit closer around the bend, followed by Sabbatical out wider.
Big chunks of money coming in.
Follow Your Fire, and out wide being ridden along is Master Malcolm. So racing out onto their final circuit and making their way towards fence number 8. More Clouds and Callum Bewley has the lead from Uncle O and Ben Post still in second place. Then Templier in third position. Gouet de Bruyere comes next. Templier this time got a little bit tight in. Out wider.
I'm out of here, man.
Trying to improve now. Then comes Follow Your Fire, and the one who's getting a bit more remote at the back is Master Malcolm. So heading down the back straight for the final time. More Clouds still in front. Uncle O being kept wide in second place. Then in behind Templier with Sabbatical trying to run on now. Follow Your Fires towards the inside. Bruyere has lost positions on the outside, is trying to recover.
And we got it out.
Malcolm made a mistake at the back of the field. More
I'm out of here, man.
Well in front.
So
Uncle O
I got caught out there, but you see I kept my calm. Using the race timer, I managed to not let it become a big loss.
From in second place now, Templier. Uncle O with the loss. Sabbatical's got plenty on from there. Gouet de Bruyere is a long way behind, as are the other two, which include Master Malcolm and Follow Your Fire. So heading towards the final open ditch, 2 out. Still More Clouds in front. Keeping on the inside from in second place, Uncle O out wider, and in between is Templier. They're chased by Sabbatical. 2 out. More Clouds, another good leap in front.
Sabbatical's gone right out in price now, but I wasn't to know that at the time, you know.
Uncle O. Sabbatical in fourth place is trying to stay on. These 4 are clear, but More Clouds still travelling well in the lead, so making their way inside the final quarter of a mile. It's More Clouds in front for Callum Bewley, about 4 lengths in front. Sabbatical.
So you can see how whether Sabbatical wins or not, you can see by looking at that price overreaction. It had been a good time to lay earlier on actually at that point, but I got caught out just as I placed my bet, my lay bet. The price comes shooting through me, just typical, isn't it? I thought it was going to hold up there for a little bit, got it wrong. You can see the horse has gone on to
market suspended.
Still managed to get a few ticks out of it. It'll be the lower price, £5.09 profit. Let's move on. So yet another low liquidity race, just over 200 grand match free race. Got to be careful. You can see the markets are moving around.
Oakley dokley.
So we're going to be going for more ticks because there's more risk. So if we do make a loss, we want to make sure we're making higher profits when we are making profits and not losses. So yeah, let's see how we get on in this race. Obviously, we don't have to trade if we don't see a good opportunity.
At the back and is pushed along as they head on to another plain one, number 4, and Lyrical Genius is leading. Jet Plane, Amanon and another Brown Bear. Kintara's going to jump that in 5th position and was just out-jumped there, and David Bass is pushing Kintara along. A much faster leap came from
It's a long way to go in this race, so I'm going to see if there's a market overreaction.
The back 2, so 4
overreaction coming right the way down.
And now heading into the back straight.
Because Lyrical Genius is quite a way in front.
And Lyrical Genius is leading Jet Plane, who just went through that fence in 2nd position. And then in behind is another Brown Bear and Amanon. Kintara is just running in snatches at this early enough stage.
Nearly got matched there, not
gets
quite.
over another plain one. Kintara jumped that okay in a dispute of 4th. Just a Deal is on the outside. Guerlain, DeVoe and Foylan the back 2. So here's another ditch. It's fence number 7, and Lyrical Genius takes it in front. Booted into it, jumped it well to Jet Plane, another Brown Bear. And then Amanon in 4th position. And then Kintara, the favourite, who's continuing to be squeezed along. Sean Bowen and Just a Deal on the outside. And then Foylan running on what is trainer Dr. Richard Newland's birthday. and sharing last position with Guerlain Deveau, the best turned out winner. So running back towards us now. 2 plain fences before they turn into the home straight and complete their first circuit. Lyrical Genius is leading. And then Jet Plane and
So I only went for 4 ticks on that because I didn't see the market moving as much.
Pushed along another brown bear on the runaway from that fence, followed by Kintara. And then Just a Deal, returning from quite an absence on the outside. First start for Martin Keithley as well.
Didn't get properly greened off there.
Guerlain Deveau the back two. Guerlain Deveau now with Alistair Ralph as Lyrical Genius jumps over what will be the second last fence next time around.
Well, that's annoying.
9 then. So a further 10 fences to jump, and Lyrical Genius is leading by a length to Jet Plane on the outside.
See if I can get the pound at least.
Is Amanon and Harry Cobden, another brown bear and Alex Edwards on the inside of Kintara and David Bass still in 5th position.
It's a quid. I'm going to take that out because I don't look like it's going to come down there anytime soon. I don't want to forget about it later on.
Tidy at the back. Guerlain Deveau is just being woken up and racing in company with those
6 ticks now.
Field separated by only
halfway through the race. Long way to go.
In the Central Roofing Novices Handicap Chase. And so far, Lyrical Genius, twice a winner, has made every yard. And in front by a length to Jet Plane and Harry Skelton in second. Amanon is next as they jump this fence just on the turn away from us. And all getting from A to B.
Aren't being fooled.
In 4th position is Kintara. Hasn't been plain sailing, but is very much on the premises. Another brown bear has lost ground. It's about to be joined by Foylan, who's ridden. And then Just a Deal. And Guerlain Deveau at the back as they run to a ditch.
There's a bit of money there beneath
Lyrical
me.
Genius over. In front there, 2 in 2nd position. Jet Plane, Amanon.
Just want to pop down and straight up. What we want.
In 4th place. Guerlain Deveau. Another brown bear, Just a Deal. And Foylan. Here's fence number 13. It's Plane. And Jet Plane is coming up to join Lyrical Genius, who's now being ridden along on the inside to try and
I'm out of here, man.
Advantage. But Jet Plane moves nicely. Amanon is in 3rd. Reminders for Kintara in 4th place. And then Just a Deal, who's just starting to be put into the race a little bit more.
Bit of cash there.
Clear of the other 3 now. Lyrical Genius, Jet Plane, Amanon, Kintara. Just a Deal in 5th. Clear of Guerlain Deveau, another brown bear, and Foylan. And Guerlain Deveau is going to be pulled up as they come to the middle one in the back. Jet Plane, Just a Lyrical Genius, Amanon, Kintara, and Just a Deal. The other 3 all pulled up before the 15th fence as they now run to the last ditch. Number 16, Jet Plane. Skelton sees a stride, horse disagrees.
Nicely done.
I'm out of here, man.
Yeah, how much can we close it off for?
7 lengths clear of Amanon. Lyrical Genius. Kintara is still
at least a 5. Come
It's
on.
been hard work, and then Just a Deal. But Jet Plane has got a commanding advantage here. Still a fair way to go. 3 to jump, but Jet Plane has gone 10 lengths in front of the others. Kintara, Amanon, Lyrical Genius, and then Just a Deal.
And that would do. So got that mainly off 1 trade. Not going to go in now.
On 35 winners.
You might think I could do the same thing on this runner. Try and pop something down here at falls in case the price bounces down. But if Jet Plane gets pulled up, I would be absolutely screwed. It's not worth it. We're in the red zone. We do not trade now. All over. £6, 9p. Move on to the next race. So we have a 2 mile furlong, 2 miles 7th furlong, novice handicap hurdle at Fakenham. Markets are bouncing around like a good and low liquidity, a bit higher than some of the ones, but you can see how much they're moving around by, which will give us a chance to maybe nick more than 4 ticks, which is like the lowest amount I like to take. Probably better get a trade 3, 4, 6 or 8 ticks. Always got to remember, the more ticks you go through, the harder it is to get it out, the bigger the profit. So you've got to make sure you only go in for more ticks if you're using this strategy on markets that it suits. You're better off to get lots of 4s, if you know what I mean, than to just try to go for 8 ticks or 10 ticks at once. So anyway, let's see how we get on.
Still pulling away at Ben Post's arms around that turn. Then in behind, in 4th position, is Sugar Butties. And then in behind Sugar Butties,
stabled off a bit more than the last race.
And then at the back of the field is Camulus on the inside of Scudamore as they race over the next flight of her.
Look at the race time, you see there's a hell of a long way to go. So these horses that have dropped in price don't really mean too
going
much.
on from 2nd place, Percy's
at the
Prince
front.
on the inside of Redbridge Rosie. Then in
Not even a
behind
quarter
is
way
Sugar
through the race
Butties
yet.
for Adam Wedge. First start for Laura Morgan today. On the outside, Secret Tricks, who's up in trip, Fergus Gregory. And at the back of the field, Scudamore, who's on the outside.
Trying to work
We
out
have
if this is going to
Camulus
come
as
in
they
further or
head
if
into
that's
the
as far
home
as it's going to
straight,
come for
making their
now.
way towards flight number 5. So it's Dirren that still has the advantage by about a length and a half. To in second place, Redbridge Rosie on the outside of Percy's Prince, who continues to
You
go
always
by
want
the
to be in and
rail.
out of the market
Then
as
in
quick as
behind
possible.
is Sugar Butties, followed through by Secret Tricks, and the back pair right against the rail, Camulus, Jack
And you
Tudor.
got part match,
And
only
just
got
about the
30 odd p
overall
on that
gap
one,
marker
but
is
all
Scudamore.
adds up.
So heading down the side of the track, and it's still Dirren who takes them along. 2 lengths clear. From in second place, a share of that position, Redbridge Rosie on the
I'll take that out for
outside
now.
of Percy's Prince. Then in behind is Sugar Butties, out widest of all Secret Tricks, and the green and orange towards the inside is Camulus as they jump the next, and then Scudamore, who's at the back of the 7 runners, but very much in touch as they now prepare to swing a left-hander down the back straight. Still in front is Dirren, going on by a couple of lengths still to Percy's Prince. Up on the outside is Redbridge Rosie. In behind, Sugar Butties. Out wider, Secret Tricks. The
Reset the
back pair,
ladders.
Camulus, Tudor on the inside of Scudamore as they now head to the middle flight. The one flight, I should say, down the back straight. So still Dirren has the lead. From in second place, Redbridge Rosie on the outside of Percy's Prince as they jump the next. Good jump by the leader, moving a little bit out to the right, but cleared it well. Then
I hope I didn't get that
we
wrong.
have in fourth position, Sugar Butties with a little bit wider, Secret Tricks. Then at the back of the field, we have Camulus and also Scudamore. So out of the back straight, still Dirren has the lead of 2 lengths to in second place.
Come on, match me
Redbridge
up.
Rosie. Percy's
And the
Prince
rest.
continues on the inside. The other 4
Thank
are well
you.
grouped up. Sugar Butties have out wider,
Got-
Secret Tricks as they clear the next. And then towards the inside is Camulus, who's saving ground. And at the back of the field is Scudamore.
I'm just pressing
So
that
making
because I
their way
can't
to the home
remember
straight
if
once
I've got
again,
any
heading towards flight number 9, just over a circuit
bets
to
in
race.
elsewhere.
And still in front is Dirren, trying to make all the running. From in second place is Redbridge Rosie. Then in third is
I'm
Percy's
outta here,
Prince.
man.
Then up on the rail we have Camulus, out wider Secret Tricks. In between is Sugar Butties and the red and white colours. On the one from the left, and also at the back of the field is Scudamore as they head to what will be the final flight next time
Don't
round.
like that
So still
coming in.
Dirren has the lead. A little bit closer now, though, is Redbridge Rosie in second place. Sugar Butties with out wider Secret Tricks. Ridden along now is Percy's Prince, who did plenty early on. Towards the inside is Camulus and Scudamore still in touch. They race out onto their final circuit. Still Dirren has the advantage. From in second place, Redbridge Rosie. Then in behind is Sugar
I'm
Butties.
outta here,
On the
man.
outside is Secret Tricks, who's still going quite nicely. Towards the inside, pushed along now Camulus, followed by
So I scratched
Scudamore
that.
and dropping out
Didn't like
Percy's
it.
Prince. But Dirren still travelling strongly in the lead, still dictating Kieran Gethings from the front. From in second place is Redbridge Rosie. Secret
left on
Tricks is
time,
on the
not a lot.
outside into third position, followed by Under Pressure in third as they start to make their swing towards home. Dirren's got Secret
Right, we're well
Tricks
done.
looming up on the outside, looking at big danger now. Little between them as they make their way into the straight with one flight of hurdles left to jump. Secret Tricks under pressure. Dirren is trying to battle back. Scudamore is about 8 lengths behind.
So, yep, just 182 made on that race. Didn't get quite that greened off. Possibly 184, depending on who wins, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, another low liquidity race. Not a lot of money made in that one, but it all adds up.
Market suspended.
The jumps and the mainly white.
Okay, the 2 o'clock at Lingfield. 2 mile, 3 fell on a handicap hurdle. Liquidity, if you look pre-race, it's been about a $250,000. In an ideal situation, I like to see over 300k match, but this is one of the more liquid pre-race
Ogly.
of the day so far. I'm going to have a little look, see if I can get some trades through safely, because we've got a lower price favourite and quite a few runners that are mid-price. A lot of these are a bit higher than I like to trade because I don't like massively high liability. So we'll have a little look at it. I'll probably be concentrating more on the favourite if I get some opportunities there, unless some of the other prices come crashing in. Let's have a look.
Has passed one rival, which is a somewhat slowly going.
I'm trying to work out whether this is going to bounce up and down, settle down at a price of bounce rather than just nick full tick quickly or what.
Side, with just under 1.5 miles to go. Heroes continues to have the advantage. Iker Grandchamp with Silas Glacé are in second and third positions. And with those is
There
Pearly
you go.
Island up
Little
towards
trade
the
through there.
inside as they run on there now
143.
towards number 4. Canapolis
See the
has
price is
decided he
coming in
wants to go
still.
no further and is being pulled up at the rear of the field, having jumped 3. So off they go to the far side. This
It's
means
sort of
that
turning
the
into a
marker
two-horse race now.
is Kenny George, light blue and pink jacket, and also wrapping right through the now 34 stitches. He drops to the rear of the field, out wide on the course. Also, Silaus Glacé, nose-banded runner, is dropping out, and 34 stitches, number 4, has been pulled up before jumping 5. Getting reminders on the right is Pearly Island. The leader continues to be Heroes to Iker Grandchamp. Branson, Missouri on the left in dark blue is with those to Kenny George and Optimus.
If I don't get matched soon, I'm going to lower them out of 6.
Jericho Veal as they run away then to the far end of the course.
That's a nice little profit. There wasn't, I didn't put much through on that one.
Having been pulled up
Didn't dare.
jumping that previous flight of hurdles. Heroes leads.
But obviously with the 10-6, it makes a big difference in profit.
Off him in third. Kenny George, light blue, pink jacket in the
I'm
centre.
out of here, man.
Optimised Prime, dark blue and red round the outside. Jericho Veal, blue and yellows, creeping closer all the time. It's only been about 7 lengths maximum off the leaders. Just got ahead of Pearly Island.
Going to reset my ladders.
For a little while as they continue to run uphill. And the lead there probably now.
Watching the race timer. So don't want to be in too late with a stake like that if you were to get matched.
Wider on the course as well. Heroes has very quickly stopped the white jacket.
Doesn't look like we're going
I'm
to
out of here, man.
reset the ladders.
Very fast at all. He's about to be passed by Pearly Island. In fact, he's being pulled up by looks of things. Heroes. The leaders, though, is now Branson, Missouri with Optimised Prime. And the others have just stopped. I mean,
Sucker.
George holds third at the moment.
I don't know if I do.
Is behind that. Jericho Veal comes next, is moving into the straight in just about in 5th position. But it is Branson, Missouri. She's on the right. Optimised Prime is on the left.
It's certainly now. It's a 2-horse race. If something happens to one or the other,
they move down the straight with 2 more
we're screwed.
to jump there. 20 lengths clear to Kenny George, and it is Optimised Prime is just in front. In fact, a length in front now. To Branson, Missouri in 2nd position. Kenny George will be behind those in 3rd. Iker Grandchamp, Jericho Veal, the next pair. The run towards the last flight. Optimised Prime and Keelan Woods, 3 or 4 lengths leaders. Branson, Missouri.
So there you go. That one's going to be 4-14 unless Optimus Pride falls.
Got over it okay. Landed 4 or 5 lengths ahead. Branson, Missouri is in 2nd place and she's battling on well in the closing.
So another £4. All adds up. Let's move on. So we've got a 3-mile, 1 furlong handicap hurdle at Hereford. Liquidity is low, but you know it's not ridiculously low. When I'm trading these low liquidity races, by the way, I'm not trading races that are ridiculously low. If that was like 150k, I wouldn't be even looking at it. These are bad enough as they are, but you, like I say, you can make sometimes more ticks by trading these type of races. But obviously, be careful, be very careful, because you can get yourself in the right muddle very quickly. With a long race like this, there's plenty of time for market overreaction. Some people might start backing a horse because it goes quite a way in front, not realising there's 3/4 of the race still left, 2 miles still to run. And if you see that, that's a good time to lay a horse, really, and get in there. So that's the sort of thing we're looking for. We're looking, you know, for any spikes, overreactions in the market, or if we can see something bouncing, ideally with a nice cushion underneath, bouncing sort of regularly. To just quickly jump in there and jump on that bounce and get matched both sides of the book very quickly. The quicker you get matched, always the better. And when I say matched, I mean match both sides of the book. So let's have a look what we can do.
Drop back to last, just in behind.
Haven't even put a trade through yet.
I'm out of here, man.
To turn right. They've got 4 left to jump. Bright Sunbird, My Last Oscar. Still 1 and 2. Braganza Bay the inside. Colonel Manderson more competitive in 4th position. Paris Dixie, Cubeo, Pottlewrath also just waiting to get involved in behind. So Bright Sunbird leads for the moment. Heading towards the next obstacle. And Bright Sunbird, My Last Oscar.
Missed the opportunity there.
Pottlewrath, Paris Dixie.
case it never comes back in, let's try and get something worth having.
First time, Colonel Manderson likewise just woken up. Paris Dixie ridden along. Cubeo out wide. It has responded to those earlier reminders. Cubeo is
I'm out of here, man.
again. Is in about 5th position. Bright Sunbird, My Last Oscar, Pottlerath, Paris Dixie beating a retreat seemingly. Braganza Bay, the bold Faddy, who's at huge odds, is there on the inside. Then Colonel Manderson, Cubeo. So there are 8 of them, separated by only around 4 lengths. Ennistown is the one who is well behind now.
Sucker.
I'll take that out.
Pottlerath and Stan Shepherd. Yellow spots, black jacket, Braganza Bay, reminders for Colonel Manderson. The bold Faddy still held together. Cubeo hard-ridden with Paris Dixie. This is the second last. Pottlerath, My Last Oscar, Bright Sunbird. And Pottlerath led at that. Braganza Bay is just ridden along in behind Pottlerath now, who's taken the lead. Pottlerath in front, the bold Faddy trying to launch a bid. Braganza Bay still there. My Last Oscar is in 4th. Bright Sunbird, she is struggling in 5th place now and held comfortably as they turn into the home straight. Pottlerath is the leader. Braganza Bay is in 2nd, 2 lengths down, but far from
well in the red
as
zone,
now
so
Shepherd gets to work on Pottlerath. The bold Faddy is 6th.
So, you know, nothing on that one. You see, I waited a long time for an opportunity. Didn't really see what I wanted. I missed a couple of opportunities. If I'd been a little bit quicker, could have made some money on that, especially on, what was it, my last Oscar, when that price come crashing right in, overreaction. But unfortunately, it didn't stay down there long enough for me to get my money matched. But that's the way it goes sometimes. If it had,
Market suspended.
might have been looking at sort of £6 or, you know, £5 or something on that one. But that's the way it goes. Let's move on. So another low liquidity race, 2 miles at Fakenham. It's just a mare's handicap hurdle. Yeah, we'll see if we can get 6 ticks or something on something. I think. Well, actually, the markets aren't bouncing around that much, but you can see there's not enough money here to, if that started shooting in for whatever reason, favourite fills or something, to hold the price up for very long. So don't forget there's a 2-second delay when you place your bet in play as well. So that can lead you to a bit of trouble, just 2 seconds. But we'll see what we can do.
Next, followed by Hillfinch, and the back marker is Admiral Sunset, heading towards 3 from the finish. Cup of coffee, almost joined there by Mullenberg, who continues to travel strongly.
Sucker.
And you got matched for a small amount, unfortunately.
Next, coming a little bit wider on the course. Chased by
so that's it.
Sorbet, who's 4 lengths behind.
Yeah, unfortunately on that one, if I'd been a tick higher, I would have got all that money matched, but I only got a very small part of my my stake matched, hence why I only made 78p. Otherwise, that would have been another one that would have been over a £5 with 10 ticks. Don't forget. Anyway, we'll move on. The more low liquidity, we've got a 2 mile 6 furlong handicap chase, but it's kind of a low liquidity that I like, not too low. Hopefully get a few extra ticks on this. Must always bear in mind that we can get caught out easily, and there might be some market overreactions, but with it being quite a long race, if it happens early on, there's plenty of time for it to come back. We just mustn't be in a dodgy situation in that red zone. Right, see what we can do.
Around the outside of Persevering. Nosebound, he looked down the course, took that with Just Enduring Love behind him.
I'm quite happy to go down there.
They come to number 6, which will be
it's so early on, and you look how much that price has come in.
And jumping to our left, his right there, Blended Stealth just gave a little bit of a nudge to Enduring Love.
Come on, and the rest.
Got over it successfully enough at the rear of the field as they come.
And the rest.
Post that in this at the Races app, Expert Tips, Handicap Chase.
Gonna hang on a minute. There's loads of time. Don't forget.
Shanro Smooch, Gavin Sheehan, Maroon and Yellow Jacket.
It's frustrating when it takes you loads of time to get matched. And the rest. If not, I'm going to have to lower the price by a tick or two.
Grey Ram or Will, white and dark blue is Tom Bellamy on Artemisium. That's the leading quartet behind him.
Don't want to take the risk. Probably would have got matched, but it's just not worth it. But coming even further, I'll be at a loss when I could have taken a profit. So wise to do that. You see, it's coming to favouritism now.
Moving on now to 7.
But it's only halfway through the race.
Down to the far side of the course. Still very well bunched, only about 3 or 4 lengths between them, and there has been the whole way round. Shanro Smooch, the yellow and maroon sleeves, and down there, At the back
Look
is
at that, you see.
Persevering. Number 6, Persevering.
Gone down.
Is a faller. He's up quickly.
And that's what I mean by how much time there is for things to change.
Fence. So now they've completed a circuit and they towards number 8 with the grey Ramor Will. Colours, Waikiki Waves in dark green.
See that
Not
move.
a great leap from Shanro Smooch on the right. Not a great leap either from Blended Stealth. Another open ditch coming up here. Number 9, Enduring Love is just at the rear of the field as they get over.
I'm out of here, man.
Which has dropped away very quickly indeed. It's now Waikiki Waves in the green and the grey horse Ramor Will as they approach now the 10th, which is 4 from the finish and another open ditch. Artemisin is running in 3rd position. In 4th is Blended Stealth as they bypass what would have been the plain fence running into the back straight. Enduring Love is behind this. So right up the top of the hill, Waikiki Waves and Ramor Will.
Got to watch that race timer now.
Open ditch over it well. Artemisin is next. Blended Stealth behind those. Then comes Enduring Love. So now
Reset the ladders.
I'm out of here, man.
Home straight. And the final 3 plain fences. And Waikiki Waves and Ramor Will are the 2 that are really handling this ground well today. They are about 10 clear at the...
So, yeah, unfortunately, just didn't run right for me. I had to reduce that profit. Literally because it was making me nervous being in the market for so long, and you saw how many times it kept taking a little bit of money. When it's doing that, the bets aren't big enough to close off my position up there, and if it takes you 10 times to get matched, it's no good. I'd have been better off going for a smaller stake. Crikey, what's going on here? I'm just looking at the market. You're going to catch him? I don't think so. That'd have been a good little lay down there. Do late lays, but
Market suspended.
yeah, sometimes when you put too much money through, it can be a bit of a nightmare. You can make a profit on some of it, and end up making a loss on the other. So you've got to get your bet size right. A lot of people say to me, "Why don't you just increase your bets?" It's not as straightforward as that, because if I did, I would struggle to get my exit out. It'd be a lot harder. So unfortunately, it is what it is. I would have actually been better off there if I'd used a smaller stake. If I'd used a smaller stake, I'd have got it all out for the 4 ticks. But there you go. Let's move on. So more low liquidity. This is a big field. It's a maiden race, 2 miles, 3 furlongs. It's a hurdle. So yeah, we'll have a little look at this one. Got to be mindful that liquidity is low. Got to be looking at what is actually during the race. Where the big money is. You can see that's probably going to go out there. I should have jumped on that, but yeah, just see what we can pull up really. Look for cushions, piles of money we can get in front of. So like, I don't know, get in front of all this money here is obviously going to hold the price up. It's gone now, but if the money's there, it would hold the price up for you. That has to go before the price can jump in another 10 ticks. Always gives you like, a little bit of a chance to get out if you've made a mistake for a scratch or just a tick loss or something. So anyway, we'll see what we can do. I'm not in any rush to get involved in this one really, because I was looking at it pre-race. It's pretty much a 3-horse race in the eyes of the market, but now it's turned into a 2-horse race. So I'm not so keen now, but we'll see.
She won her bumper here much earlier in the year. Betty's Bell.
I don't want to go too big a stake because I'm worried about getting matched to the other side of the book.
And they're still being followed by Talking the Talk, All the Glory and Little Else, as they now run on towards their next flight. And this
Just reset the ladders and put everything back in price order.
It is Vicky Vale that leads, is on the attack here. Vicky Vale has gone on.
The problem is, if something happens to Vicky Vale, then Flirtatious Girl is probably going to come
next in the field,
smashing in.
Cricket, who beat Vicky Vale in her sole point-to-point. They were first and second. Hellfire Princess still there to the inside as they now complete their first circuit. And on the far side of the course, running towards number 7. And Vicky Vale is still
watching
the lead.
This money.
Vicky, Flirtatious Girl, the smart bumper mare, is very much on the premises. Betty's Bell the outside, Hellfire Princess and Cricket, and then All the Glory as they come over.
I'm out of here,
You see, it's not worth doing anymore. I could have got in for a bigger stake after all, made a bit more and a few more ticks, but You know, hindsight's a wonderful gift. It's never worth going in at the end, towards the end of the race when it's a 2-horse race, because, you know, the only way you're going to get matched is if the horse that everyone thinks is going to win falls, and then you're going to be screwed. So it's never worth having money in, and that is the beauty of using the race timer to help time that sort of thing as well. Let's move on. So liquidity amounts aren't really changing. We'll just see if we can get a few ticks in. They are bouncing around quite a lot at the moment, but that often happens at the start of the race. So just let the race settle down and see what they're doing after that. That's why I have that red zone there that I don't trade, by the way. That's unless obviously I'm looking at a back to lay or something like that. I won't trade that part. I don't want to get caught out on a horse that's front runs that I didn't realise was going to. So I always skip that first bit, let it settle down. Now we'll start looking at if we can get a few ticks out.
Victory was sabbatical today as they take the fence down the side. Prime Pretender again was nimble over that. Twisted Fire Starters on the inside under Philip Armson of Prince Clenny. And then at the back of the field, Voice of Hope and Tristan Durrell as they head down the back straight, making their way towards fences 7 and 8. So Conqueror on the inside.
Ain't moving around enough.
Then in behind, Prince Clenny on the inside, Twisted Fire Starter, and widest of all, Voice of Hope, as they now take the next plain fence, which they all clear pretty well. And still Prime Pretender that has the lead. Prime Pretender, Conqueror on the inside,
600. Is it going to go?
Prince Clenny. Then in behind that is Voice of Hope on the outside, and Twisted Fire Starter towards the inside as they take the next fence down the far side. Conqueror just about led on clearing that. There was a very slight error in behind by Twisted Fire Starter as they now head towards the open ditch, fence number 9. Prime Pretender.
I've got loads of time left, don't forget, so I'm not too worried just yet.
Two, little between them. In third place, Prince Clenny running a little bit wider on the course. Then Twisted
I'm more concerned about just getting it out now.
All is Voice of Hope as they now clear the open ditch. And again, they all take it well. So leading is Prime Pretender.
We'll get bounced up to us.
So far,
I would raise it up more, but it's that 300.
Conqueror, then in behind in third place, Prince Clenny. Then Twisted Fire Starter and out wider, Voice of Hope.
You see, I didn't panic.
In touch as they head into the home straight once again, making their way towards fences 10
was
and
the problem
11.
for me. That whoever dropped that cash in just after me, £600 bet that was. There's lots been taken there.
Twisted Fire Starter.
I'm out of here, man.
They jump the next. All 5.
So got loads of time left.
3 lengths of each other as they now head to the fence right by the winning post, fence number 11. Prime Pretender on the outside of Conqueror. Both took it pretty well with Prince Clenny again. Twisted Fire Starter. Lots of just little small errors on the inside of Voice of Hope, who's on the outside as they race out onto their final circuit in this Weatherby's Hamilton Novices Handicap Chase, making their way towards fence number 12. Conqueror on the inside of Prime Pretender. Prince Clenny
I'm watching the
in third
favourites
place.
price as well. If that starts going out
dramatically,
then I will.
All 5 still closely in attendance as they head down towards the next plain fence. Conqueror jumped that well on the inside of Prime Pretender. Prince Clenny just been shaken up in third place, just been passed by Voice of Hope, who's making a move around runners. Twisted Fire Starter still got the rail. There's still only 3 lengths separating runners as they head down the back straight for the final time. 4 left to jump. Conqueror on the inside of Prime Pretender, who still travels well. Out wider, Voice of Hope, Prince Clenny in behind, then Twisted Fire Starter as they jump the next. Prime Pretender on the outside of Conqueror, 2-3 lengths clear of the third horse being ridden along now, Prince Clenny, then Voice of Hope and Twisted Fire Starter. Heading towards 3 out, Conqueror on the inside of Prime Pretender, again little between these two, 3 lengths clear of Prince Clenny, getting very tired, Voice of Hope and Twisted Fire Starter a distant fourth now as they race around the bend, and Prince Clenny is still 4 lengths off the front too. Conqueror just being ridden along on the inside of Prime Pretender, who still travels pretty well. Then in behind in third position, trying to stay on is Prince Clenny as they head towards 2 out the final open ditch. Prime Pretender on the outside of Conqueror, who is still there. Prince Clenny belted it back in third place, is about 6 lengths behind. Prime Pretender just about in front, but Conqueror will try and fight back around the bend, but Prime Pretender's opened up by 1.5 lengths now from Conqueror in second place. They're clear.
50 pence.
Prince Clenny in third.
Never mind.
Just 1 left to jump. Prime
What
Pretender
can you do?
trying to renew an effort is Conqueror on the outside, is coming back again. Prime Pretender joined by Conqueror, who's back in front, and it's Conqueror heading towards the final fence, and he meets it well, and he's over from Prime Pretender. Then Prince Clenny, Twisted Fire Starter's gone at the last. It's Conqueror in.
So yeah, shame not picking up much money today. Never mind. one. There's been a few opportunities that I've missed.
Market suspended.
To be fair, I've had quite a long break. If you notice, I haven't posted any videos for a while. I've been away for a couple of reasons: very low liquidity in the markets, and for personal reasons. I've had a little bit of time off trading recently. If you've emailed me or whatever, I'll get back to you, even if it was like a few weeks back or whatever, or even a month ago. I will get back to everyone eventually. Yeah, so I'm probably missing the opportunities because I'm a little bit rusty, but you know, it's what it is. £40 profit for the day so far. Well, £41. Not too bad considering all the 50p's and £1 little trades that have gone through today. So anyway, we have a 2 mile, 7 furlong handicap chase. Liquidity, same as the day. Pretty low, over 200k though. Just let the race settle down, see if we can scalp out some ticks. Hoping to get a bit more success because it's been quite a few low profits, you know. Low profits obviously better than a loss, but not really racking up the money so much today, just 40 quid. But it is the first day. Dogly. Bit of a break for me, so let's have a go and see what we can do.
The lead is just with Pemberley, Tallow for Coal alongside, length then to Keep Rolling. Behind Keep Rolling is Chinwag, and Storm Arising is
looking at the race timer as always.
Fractionally the back marker as they make their way then onto the far side of the course.
Let's reset the ladders.
And they run to number 8, which was number 1 a circuit ago. Tallow for Coal and Pemberley just together.
I'm out of here, man.
Keep Rolling right in behind those, and then Storm Arising bypassing the next. So on now to 9. It'll be another plain fence. 2 loose horses. Well, one of them certainly red is back in amongst the others.
The other two.
Frenchy Delage the Grey a few lengths behind, but continuing to give chase as they come to this plain one. Pemberley, and there at the back of the field, Storm Arising.
So we didn't get matched there.
Bryony Frost stays with him though. This is number 10, which is an open ditch. Pemberley and Tallow for Coal together just ahead of Keep Rolling
what happened there?
And Chinwag, and a few lengths behind those is
I'm not going to panic.
I'm out of here, man.
We have 4 more to
quite a large
from here.
stake.
The next one will be the 4th and final open ditch in the race. Still preceded by these loose horses, and Tallow for Coal then heads towards this open ditch to Pemberley, the red and yellow of Keep Rolling, the green and black of
Sucker.
This is Storm Arising. So
got to think about getting out very soon now.
From the finish, Tallow for Coal was just in front then to Pemberley. Chinwag continues
And
to
the rest.
move wider on the course. Over there on the far side, it's pouring with rain. It will do in the Strand soon, I guess. Keep rolling behind those, and Storm Arising is just the back marker.
And that's
so
it, 4 quid. That was a bit hairy, but you can see we're in the red zone. It's too late to get involved now. I will, just in case it comes down
black and green
here somewhere. I'll see if I can get,
Pemberley
well, actually,
to hold a slender advantage.
see if we can get a little bit of extra pennies.
Jacket, the light blue and white stripes is Tallow for Coal. Then the pink jacket of Storm Arising is joined. Keep Rolling in the red and yellow there together, but the other two are getting away from them now. And as they level up into the straight, in the centre, it's going to be Pemberley. On the left, it's going to be Chinwag. Tallow for Coal is being hassled by these loose horses, and so are the leader as well, Pemberley, as they move down to 3 from the finish. And at the third last, Chinwag is down the centre because Pemberley's been taken very wide, but on the right, Tallow for Coal.
So anyway, you can see that if you... Oh, I paused the video. I didn't mean to pause that. I meant to pause the sound. You can see...
Chinwag.
You can see how long this race is still going on for, so how much I'm cutting out. Race is a little bit slower than race time at the moment because this does average times. You can adjust the times if you want to, but obviously the ground, we've had quite a bit of rain recently. The ground's slower, so I know I've got quite a bit of time. You can see how much I didn't panic. The horse did go on to win.
Market suspended.
That I got second, but I realised how much time I had to hold that. So when that was flashing up at £17, I wasn't panicking at all. I was thinking at that time that I might need to take a £5 loss. And then I watched market movement and I thought I could get the 350. I did almost lower just by a couple of ticks to get out a bit quicker. But that was pretty safe before the horse went on to win. So it's just a case of, you know, making sure you're getting your timing right. Now, had we been further down in the red zone, I would have had to take that £15 because I can't allow that to become £70 loss. I can't allow that to happen. So it's really important to know your timing when you're trading, and make sure that if you can hold it a little bit longer because you think the price is going to bounce back, you do it. But if you haven't got time for the price to bounce back, then you get it out and take the loss. But there you go. Okay, so we have 2 mile, 5 furlong handicap chase. Liquidity is not too bad compared to, well, it's low, but not too bad compared to the rest of the day. Markets are bouncing around nicely. We're just going to try and find some cushions and see if we can pick up a few nice tick amounts. See what happens.
Skirmishes, the light green and purple colours. Job's Green lads just go for it on the outside as they get over the first of the 2 fences before they turn into the home straight. The back 2, Calidad, and the best turned out winner, Rock On Rita, as they now move down to number 6. And Princess Midnight is leading to Kestrel Valley in second place. Princess Midnight.
382 on one trade, that's nice. If we get a couple through like that, we'll be laughing.
Eurowork is in third. The other 5 are much closer to Eurowork now, as they turn into the home straight for the first time in this Hereford Motor Group handicap chase. Princess Midnight, she is a 5-time chase winner, to Kestrel Valley in second. About 2 or 3 lengths down. Another 4 or 5 to Eurowork and Ballybean as they jump what will be the last next time. And nod on landing from Job's Green Lad and also from Rock On Rita at the back, but they're both okay. Just go
for it. The price up from bumping down to me.
5th position, but they're getting a lot closer to Princess Midnight now as the field become a little bit more closely grouped. There'd only be 10 lengths separating the leader, Princess Midnight, who's come right back to them, and the back marker, Rock On Rita. They're on the turn and running towards fence number 8, taken only once in this race. Princess Midnight, Kestrel Valley, Eurowork, Ballybean, the outside. Then Job's Green Lad, just
going to reach at the ladders.
Rock On Rita,
Job's Green Lad's over here now.
Struggling a little bit in last and second last positions as they head now towards the next fence, which is going to be an open ditch. And Princess Midnight and Kestrel Valley, they set off quickly. Eurowork in behind, a winner when he was last seen. Here is the ditch.
Halfway through the race.
Would jump
Long way to go
the
as yet.
outside. The backed mare, Just Go For It, is in behind those, pink with the maroon spots with Job's Green Lads. So the front 6 separated only by about 4 lengths. This is the fence where we had the drama on the first circuit. None of it here, as it is Princess Midnight and Kestrel Valley. Eurowork, Ballybean, with following that one, Just Go For It, and Job's Green Lad. And
annoying the price hasn't just popped down to me.
Job's Green Lad has won here before. These 6 are some way clear of the other 2, Calidad and Rock On Rita. Fence number 11, the first of 3 on the far side.
Come on.
Princess
I'm out of here, man.
Ballybean. Eurowork
Lovely,
just
jubbly.
squeezed along briefly. And then Just Go For It. Job's Green Lad still going okay as they get over the next. Princess Midnight. She'll have to be at her
loads of time
here.
left.
She's in front of Ballybean. Kestrel Valley is just starting to struggle a bit in third. Then Eurowork, Job's Green Lad, and Just Go For It as they come over the last ditch. And it's still Princess Midnight leading under Harry Kimber. But Ballybean is on her girth now and just starting to mount a strong challenge under Charlie Deutsch as they now make another.
I'm out of here, man.
Come on, close me off 18 quid. That'd be nice.
Ballybean takes over to Princess Midnight. Job's Green Lad, Just Go For It in
shit, let's not
fourth
be too greedy.
position.
Make sure we do get closed
Eurowork
off.
in 5th, struggling. Kestrel Valley has weakened in 6th place, so coming down towards 3 out, and Ballybean has the advantage here.
Sucker.
To the left into the fences. He's trying to be corrected now. Charlie Deutsch doing his best to. Job's Green Lad looking to mount a challenge. Might want to try and get on the other side if he can.
So that was a better one. £17.11. Possibly might pay off the winner as well by laying the winner. But it's all about timing. So it's all about timing. This one, £17.11, makes up for all the little crappy trades that I've done today. Sometimes it's a waiting game. Luckily I've had no losses today, but so far I don't want to jinx it. There you go. I'm going to be up over 100 quid when this money comes in. I'm going to take some of it out. I'll take it out and leave it down at 75. When I say take it out, I'm going to transfer it to my poker wallet. The reason I'm going to do that is if I was to do something stupid and blow my entire bank, I can only blow £25 now because I only started with 50. Once I've done that, it'd probably be a bit more than that actually.
Market suspended.
I think I'll be add another 17 quid on, knock it down. I'll be taking, yeah, I'll only be able to blow 15 quid at most if I was to do something absolutely crazy. I recommend you do that. I don't really need any more than 75 quid in there to make a decent profit. Okay, so I've got the last race at Lingfield. It's a 2 mile, 7 furlong handicap hurdle. Liquidity is one of the better ones of the day, even though it's still low. Prices are jumping around like I'm getting at the moment, but bear in mind the race hasn't settled down yet. I don't trade in that red zone unless I'm doing a front back to lay or something like that. So, yeah, we'll let it settle down and see if we can pull a few more ticks off. Oh, I've transferred some money across.
Doggly.
Now, 30 odd quid. So if I was to blow all my money now and do something absolutely stupid, I could only lose £25. I recommend you do that, especially, you know, if I had more races to trade. I've only got one more after this. I would do that again, and then I couldn't lose anything. And if I made another £25, I'd switch that over again, and I would stick with 75. I like 75. It's a nice amount, even though I usually only start with 50. Let's get the ball rolling. Anyway, let's have a look what we can do.
Then drop him in. Black and Pink travels okay still alongside Bobolot. So they now race the far side of the course. Have 3 more jumps to take from here. Just rode along a little bit against the rail.
I'm over here now.
Fractionally very narrowly in front still to Chloe's Court. Coronado Joe been travelling strongly right between them. The dark blue and the
I'm out of here, man.
is on last quarter wide of those. Then San Pedro, Bobolot, and with him is Drop Him In. So all of them still have a bit of a chance.
Watching that money, is it going or not? Because that needs to go for me to get matched.
Flights from the finish. And jumping over that, he's been ridden along at Robin de Fox, but he's still battling on there.
Got a lot of time left.
Sucker.
Now because this is a longer race, I can go a little bit into the reds, only because it's nearly 3 miles.
Still going round okay up on the inside of Bobolot as San Pedro. Then on the left is
See how much time there is in the red zone on these longer races. I'm coming furlong off 3 miles, so that's why I gave it a bit of extra time. Bear in mind that it's 20% of the race, so 20% of 3 miles is going to be what is good at maths. 20% of a mile is going to be a furlong and a half. Is that right? So you're talking, you know, you're talking at least 3 or 4 furlongs, something like that. So it's quite a way. Basically, I'm cutting off.
Market suspended.
On a 2 mile race, it's shorter, or any shorter than that, then so you want to be cutting more off. It's all about time. Okay, so let's have a little look at the results for the day. I did remove some money early, don't forget, so that isn't quite what it is. £64 in total, so I did 18 markets, 100% profit on every race. Unfortunately, I did miss a few opportunities today on some of these races where I only made less than £1 or just over £1. There were a couple of opportunities that I could have taken, but as I've only just come back in the game after a little bit of a break, I'm quite happy with that. I hope that's given you some tips on lower liquidity markets. Obviously, you don't want them to be too low if you are trading them. That's why I'm not trading things, Irish racing, stuff like that. I'm trying to stick to at least 200k, but between 2 and 300k is still quite low liquidity, really. It gives you a good idea of what you can expect in play. Obviously, you've still got to pay attention to what's been turned over, what money's waiting, and what's actually being turned over in play as well before you place your trades in. And obviously, try to look for cushions as well, money beneath you. So if you get the price wrong, they will hold up the price so you can get out just for a tick or two. Obviously, timing is everything as well. I think in 1 or 2 of them races, the price did go against me quite a bit, but knowing that it was an overreaction because of the time on the race timer helped me to pull those monies back. If you have any questions, queries, give me a shout. I hope this helped you today, and yeah, drop us an email. For those that I haven't got back in touch with, I have had a little break. I'll get back to everybody as soon as I can. Best of luck in the markets, and bye-bye for now.
Introducing Geeks Toy trading software, the fastest, most customizable and most popular software for betting and trading on Betfair and BetDAC. Designed by professional traders for you. Key features include unlimited desktop settings, and the ability to create custom profiles to suit every user's needs. Unbeatable speed, real-time prices, and one-click betting. Unique management of multiple markets. You can bet or trade on multiple sporting events simultaneously. Support for 8 languages. Context-driven help on every window. Dutching and bookmaking. Training mode. Advanced charting. Enhanced navigation. Support for Betfair coupons. Stop loss and more. Geeks Toy. Possibly the best Betfair and BetDAC trading software in the world.